All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with G1 Climax, day 14 of the 2015 G1 Climax. And man, it feels like this whole tournament is just flying by. We have our New Japan World player set to 15 minutes and 35 seconds, and we will be starting on go. 3, 2, 1, go. We've got Fale and Tonga taking on a couple of young boys, Jay White and David Finlay.
And I'll tell you something, Jay White and David Finlay, as Jay White is going to, I believe, start this match off against Bad Luck Fale. They have one hell of a climb ahead of them because Bad Luck Fale has been so dominant in the G1 Climax tournament, and Tonga has been particularly impressive in tag team action as of late. So the young boys are going to have a very difficult time with this.
And just to be clear why this match is happening, no one's injured that I know of. But tomorrow or Tuesday's show is going to be Fale versus AJ Styles, and obviously they aren't going to be against each other in different teams.
That's going to be a very interesting matchup from where I sit, Ashton. I mean, given the precarious situation AJ Styles finds himself in the tournament, and now look at Jay White here just unloading on Bad Luck Fale those forearms, and now gets another forearm and goes back to another set of forearms there. Wow. Rocking Fale, and now he's going to
Oh, and
charge.
Fale just charges in there and takes him down with a single shoulder block.
The mass of Fale. I mean, he can just impose his will at any time and stop you dead in your tracks. And now, oh, this is not where Jay White wants to be. And, oh, the knife edge chop there by Fale. Good God. But yeah, definitely AJ Styles finds himself in a very precarious position in the tournament. And you have to wonder if Fale really doesn't give a damn about that, or maybe he'll lay down. That hard Irish whip there to Jay White in the corner.
Yeah, I mean, I think that it's pretty much a foregone conclusion at this point that Fale and Tonga are going to win. It's just a matter of how quickly they manage to do it.
Exactly. I mean, like I said, Bullet Club loves to put a hurting on people. They love to make them suffer. They love all that kind of stuff. And now here comes Tonga. Now just kicks Jay White there. Oh, just repeatedly stomping a mud hole in him, if you will. Referee's going to have to step in there. Now the blatant foot choke there. Referee
The ref broke
admonishing.
it up, though. I'm very impressed by that.
Well, the referee's definitely going to have to start getting in there and asserting himself to maintain order in these contests. I mean, the G1 Climax tournament bouts especially have been quite chaotic as of late. Nice headbutt there by Tonga. And now he's going to Irish whip Jay White into the corner. Now he's going to charge Jay White here, and he gets
Splash.
hit. Splash. Now Tonga goes to the other side. Look at
Drop
him, just
kick.
his
Very
beautiful.
nice.
Tonga's movements are just so interesting because he'll skulk around you, but he'll do it with such speed. I think it really kind of disorients you. Like, what am I supposed to do? How do I handle a guy like this?
Yeah, and he's just a very fluid athlete on top of all that.
Absolutely. I mean, just his quickness, and he's got a bit of technical acumen there too. I mean, you think about his finisher, the head shrinker, that double arm underhook, DDT of his, and now off the ropes here.
Oh,
But
and
now
look, a
Jay
drop
White with the
kick
drop
Jay
kick.
White.
That creates an opening action. If he could get the tag to David Finlay is a house of fire. Let me tell you, he could really turn this match around. And David Finlay does get the tag. Tamatonga's still in though. And now here come the forearms there from David Finlay, just rocking Tamatonga.
It looked for a moment like Tonga was considering going for a tag, but then he decided against it.
Absolutely, and you see there, maybe he made the right choice because you just need David Finlay there, followed up with an elbow to the back of the head. Now shoots David Finlay off the ropes. Arm drag, no, David
Nice
Finlay
hip
counters.
toss.
Yes, beautiful.
Is someone
David
bleeding,
Finlay
or is that just Tonga's face paint?
could be Tonga's face paint, but yes, David Finlay does have a little something on his chest. Ducks the clothesline. What an uppercut! Beautiful uppercut. Now look at
Oh, and
that
goes after
smart.
Fale too.
Yeah, very smart to go after Fale there, even though it only stunned Fale. We have to remember how big the man is. And now David Finlay there, nice uppercut. He's just rocking Tonga right now.
Oh, is
I
that a spear or a headbutt? I couldn't tell.
think that was a spear, full contact. Now fireman's carry here, and there's the flapjack. Cover, 1, 2, and oh, Jay White comes in to break it up. Oh, but here comes Fale. Good God, Fale taking care of Jay White, and now this might be imminent. If Tonga can pick up David Finlay and get that head shrinker. No, he's not thinking about that right now. What's he going to do here? Tonga looking around, spinning inverted neck breaker. Now
Almost
he's
like
going
an
to go.
inverted crossroads there.
Absolutely. And David Finlay stays in it. David Finlay stays in it.
That was impressive.
How much longer can the kid survive? And now
Not much.
it's going to be the head shrinker, and he got it.
That's it.
He got it.
Wow. That was almost a squash match. I mean, it makes sense that it would be, but I didn't think they'd go full bore with it.
Absolutely. Bad Luck Fale had very little official in-ring time in this contest. Tama Tonga really took care of business here.
Yeah, man, Tama Tonga has been on such a roll.
Tama Tonga, let me tell you, this man is really carving his spot in New Japan. He's really standing out among the Bullet Club. And Bad Luck Fale's got to be grateful, because if you're Bad Luck Fale, you have some serious thinking to do. Either you lay down for AJ Styles and you ensure that a Bullet Club member makes it to the finals of the G1 Climax, or you just continue to dominate. And if you can beat AJ Styles, I mean, what a way to really punctuate your G1 Climax experience by beating one of the best in the game today. So I think Fale's got a lot of thinking to do about this whole thing, and Tama Tonga giving him all the time to do it.
Yeah, and I think another thing that's worth noting is that Tama Tonga did Fale the favor of not really making him work too hard.
Absolutely. As you see now, the Young Boy's going to head to the back here after a game effort. David Finlay and Jay White, I mean, they gave it their all, but against a mountain of Tama Tonga and Bad Luck Fale representing the Bullet Club, it doesn't surprise me that they weren't exactly able to climb it. As we move on here to our next contest, I wonder what we got going on here. What big G1 Climax tournament matches do we have today, Ashton?
Today we've got Elgin versus Anderson, Nagata versus Kojima, Okada versus Takahashi, Hanma versus Nakamura, and our main event is Goto versus Ishii.
Goto versus Ishii and Takahashi versus Okada are the matches I'm most interested in. What about you, partner?
Definitely Goto Ishii and Elgin Anderson.
Nice. As I see now the entrance of Toru Yano here.
Yes, and this is a tag team match, obviously, but it's going to be Toru Yano and YOSHI-HASHI taking on Kota Ibushi and Mascara Dorada.
Very interesting dynamic. And I gotta say, folks, if you were with us yesterday, you saw the unthinkable happen. Toru Yano's tricks used against him by Naito in a tournament bout. Naito picking up the win there. I mean, that was such an intriguing matchup because, as you said, Ashton, it was a matchup of the mind games. And Naito did get the better of it. I mean, we talked about AJ Styles' tournament experience. Naito is in a very curious spot himself. He's got 2 matches left, one against Gallows, the other against Tenzan. And if he can win both those matches, I don't know if that's the circumstance by itself or if he needs one other thing to happen. But yeah, Naito will win his block if he continues on this roll that he's on.
I think all Naito needs is to win the last 2 matches.
Right, because Shibata was mathematically eliminated yesterday after losing in such a game effort to Tanahashi. What a match that was, Ashton. But Shibata got caught, and that was the end of him there.
Yeah, and Naito beat Tanahashi, beat AJ Styles, and I think, did he face Bad Luck Fale yet?
Yeah, and he beat Bad Luck Fale.
Yeah, and those are the only guys now left that are 5-2. So that's kind of his class right now.
Right. And you want to speak about guys that are mathematically eliminated, like Shibata, Kota Ibushi yesterday as well was mathematically eliminated thanks to Bad Luck Fale. To me,
I will say, though, Shibata could possibly still win, but it would require Naito and Fale both to lose their last 2 matches and for AJ Styles and Tanahashi to tie.
Those seem like extraordinary circumstances, but oh, look at that. Toru Yano disrespecting Kota Ibushi. But as I was saying, Ashton, those seem like extraordinary circumstances, but I think what the G1 Climax has really taught me throughout these 14 days thus far is to expect the extraordinary.
I think what could potentially happen, it would require Fale to beat AJ Styles, because Shibata beat Fale. So Fale and Shibata could finish with the same record, and Shibata would win. So it would require, Fale to beat AJ Styles, and then AJ Styles and Tanahashi would have to tie, plus Tanahashi, Bad Luck Fale, and Naito would all have to lose all of their other matches.
And nice Hurricane Rana there by Dorada. And now YOSHI-HASHI on the outside here. And Dorada. But to your point, Ashton, I mean, again, those do seem like extraordinary circumstances. But we shall see. I mean, I think Naito has been on such a tear that I even said, like, in my mind, I have to believe that this is Naito's block to win. But here's the thing about the G1 Climax, folks. You can
Well, and
come in
even by
believe.
technicality, this is Naito's block to win, just because he's the only person that controls his own destiny.
Absolutely. And now Kota Ibushi gets the tag, but so does Toru Yano on the opposition side. So now it'll be these two squaring off.
And these two will be squaring off again on Tuesday.
Now, Toru Yano isn't necessarily mathematically eliminated either, is he? So, I mean, he should still really want to beat Kota Ibushi.
Let me look to make sure. No, yeah, he is. He's eliminated. He's out.
Okay, yeah. So these guys, really, it's just wrestling for wrestling's sake. This bout coming up.
Yeah, that's kind of strange to think about. You would think that at that point, why even bother, right?
Absolutely, but I think it's
Toru Yano's just running away. Oh man, he's so entertaining.
A nice kick there to the upper thigh there, Toru Yano, and then the flurry of strikes. And now off the ropes goes Ibushi.
Oh, and then a Tama drop.
Beautifully done. And now going into the slingshot here, and he gets it. But look at that Hashi, though. Beautiful teamwork. YOSHI-HASHI, they're so clutch.
And Toru Yano going after the turnbuckle pad.
Of course. He probably looks at these things while he's standing on the apron. He's like, yeah, I'm totally ripping you off. Just give it time. And now...
That's the only thing he rips off. Everything else about him is completely original.
Absolutely. A nice hard Irish rip there to Kota Ibushi into that exposed turnbuckle. That's got to be hell on the back. But it's definitely got to be a pride issue when you're in a match with, involving two mathematically eliminated competitors. It's just, I want my standing. I want to end at least as strong as I possibly can.
Yeah, I mean, it's still entirely possible for Ibushi to finish with a positive record.
Absolutely. And that's definitely what he should be striving towards.
Yano, not so much.
Exactly.
Yeah, Yano's already got five losses, but he's just psychotic enough to want to prevent somebody from getting another win.
That is so true. See now YOSHI-HASHI, they're really putting in the work on Kota Ibushi's back. And now let's see here. He's got the front face like, could it be a suplex into the turnbuckles there? No. Instead hung him up in the ropes, and now Toru Yano holding on to the legs. We've seen this before from Chaos, and there's the drop kick to the head there.
It's funny. I didn't even realize that Toru Yano was a member of Chaos for the longest time.
Right. Well, I mean, look at the man. Does he really seem like he plays well with others?
No, he definitely doesn't. But hey, turns out looks are deceiving.
Absolutely. And now Kota Ibushi's starting to fight back here against YOSHI-HASHI. But look at that body shot there by YOSHI-HASHI. Again, maintaining control. And there's the hard knife edge chop. Now he's going to Irish whip Kota Ibushi against the ropes here. But Kota with a nice kick there, using all of his momentum. And now if he could get a tag to Mascara Dorada, that could change the complexion of this thing here.
Oh, and there's Toru Yano preventing him from doing that.
And he's so proud of himself.
Oh, Ibushi reversed the Irish whip into the corner. Look at that beautiful drop kick.
Yeah, sends Toru Yano to the outside, actually. So now we're back at square one. But YOSHI-HASHI
and then comes Dorada.
Yep, and Dorada did get the tag. Springboard. Cross body. I was going to say drop kick. It was cross body. Now kick to the gut there. YOSHI-HASHI shoots him off the ropes. YOSHI-HASHI reverses. Nice elbow. Great elevation.
Dorada is very exciting to watch.
I've really grown to be a fan of his throughout the course of the G1 Climax, I'll tell you. These tag team matches have showcased the very best of his ability. And now YOSHI-HASHI reverses the Irish whip. Dorada, though, actually does go against the corner. I have expected him to scale the ropes, Ashton. Now YOSHI-HASHI there on the apron. Checks the punch. Now it could be YOSHI-HASHI going to the top rope. He does.
Oh, but Dorada goes to the top rope. Are we going to get a belly-to-belly maybe?
No,
an arm drag.
There it is.
Nice.
And now he's going to step over. Springboard. Senton. Beautiful. Hooks the leg here, too. And Toru Yano had to break it up.
Oh, my God. John, I'm not trying to interrupt anything, but I just looked up Mascara Dorada. He's only 26 years old.
That's amazing. It's probably the best news I've heard in a while, because somebody that young and that good puts a smile on my face. He's got the fireman's carry. YOSHI-HASHI fights out. He's got the waist lock. Dorada, though, with the elbows. Standing reversal. Look at that slingshot off the ropes.
Nice
And what a kick there.
Yeah, it's funny because the way that Mascara Dorada is built and the way that he moves in the ring, he strikes me as like a 20-year vet, man.
Absolutely. That's a great point, actually. I mean, I assumed this guy was in his late 30s, maybe even early 40s with just his build and everything else. To know that he's only 26. But look at Hashi, though, calling for the end. He did get that strike to Dorada. Now it could be powerbomb. Unless Dorada can find a way to counter.
Oh, a nice power bomb. 1, 2. Oh, but look at that. Kota Ibushi breaks up the pin. In comes Toriano to, well, send Kota Ibushi to the outside.
Yeah, but we've seen.
We know right now that YOSHI-HASHI has a major advantage. He sets down Dorada. He wants that senton. It's all a matter of whether Dorada can get his knees up or move out of the way.
Absolutely, and I don't see either of those happening. Not after the impact of that power bomb, and
Nope.
he got it.
Wow,
He got
that's
it. It's over.
YOSHI-HASHI with another pinfall victory in a tag team match. Unbelievable. YOSHI-HASHI, man. I don't know, between YOSHI-HASHI and Taguchi, I feel like, and who else? And friggin' Tonga. Good lord, that guy's been on a roll.
Yeah, absolutely, my friend. And Toriano very proud of himself and his Chaos stablemate. I'll tell you, this YOSHI-HASHI, like I've been saying, I mean, Kushida is the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion, and you look at, Taguchi really being impressive, you look at YOSHI-HASHI being impressive. I wonder if that is ever going to translate into anything for that division in particular. Toriano's like, I still got the DVDs. Unbelievable.
You know that's a problem, right?
Absolutely.
He shouldn't still have them. He should have sold them by now.
Well, he'll find somebody. He'll force them on somebody in the back. I guarantee you. You want the DVDs? No, really, Toriano. I just want to go to the next town and I want to get some. Do you want these DVDs? If you're willing to drive me to the next town, what's your price? $25. Fine. Yes.
Do you at least have Blu-ray for that price?
Blu-ray is 45 yen. Oh, come on, man.
Well, 45 yen. 45 yen is like 45 cents. Or actually, it would be like 35 cents-ish.
Is the exchange rate really? Is that how great of a disparity it is?
Well, dude, New Japan World is 999 yen.
Wow.
Yens are like pennies, not dollars.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah. So figure every 100 yen is about 83 cents.
So you're telling me, and I'm asking this in all sincerity, I'm not trying to be a jerk, I could go to Japan, like say all my airfare and stuff separate of that was covered.
No, dude, okay, so like say a bottle of water in the US costs like $1.50. In Japan, right, it would still be like 200 yen.
Right.
It's not like, oh, you're going to get it for 2 yen. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's not exactly how that works.
You see,
things in Japan are appropriately priced.
Did you ever think, folks, that you would have a slight economics discussion on G1 Climax commentary? I mean, that's the service we provide. We are so talented. But
my God, the arrogance.
Here comes the Bullet Club. Yeah, I agree with you. Bullet Club does definitely ooze arrogance. Styles.
Well, you're a master of manipulation, and I am so impressed.
And, I mean, look at that team, though. Doc Gallows, Cody Hall, and AJ Styles.
There is just enough size on this team and just enough talent.
Absolutely. And Ashton, I mean, we've been talking throughout the night here and there about AJ Styles' dilemma. I mean, do you think he had that conversation with the Bullet Club that I inferred he was going to have? Or do you feel like maybe he's like, no, I'm just going to best Fale. I'm not going to ask him to do anything. I'm, leading the helm of the Bullet Club anyway, which implies that I am the best. And you think he's just going to go straight bell to bell with Fale?
I think we're going to find out on Tuesday. I don't want to speculate.
Yeah, it's a crazy situation, to be sure.
I'm being boring, I know, and I apologize for that, but...
Well, you can't... I mean, I don't blame you, though. It's not being boring. I think it's more erring on the side of caution, because how do you approach a situation this complex dealing with the Bullet Club, which, I mean, at the risk of building them up too much and inflating their already huge egos, they're the epicenter of the wrestling world. I don't blame anybody for not wanting to dive too deep into that. And I'll tell you something about AJ. The man has had an anger overtake him at my mind. I mean, we saw a really vicious, remorseless AJ yesterday against Tenzan, and oh man,
And let me say, it makes the most sense in the world that the Bullet Club would win this match, but I still feel like they're going to lose, and I think Cody Hall's going to get pinned.
Well, let's look at the team here. Captain New Japan, Taguchi, but the
And
man who's
Naito,
Titantron, so yes, Naito.
whose opponent tomorrow, or on Tuesday, I believe, is going to
Doc
Doc
Gallows.
Gallows. Yeah.
Yeah,
We talked about that on the last show quite a bit, just talking about because Gallows has the chance to really screw Naito over.
absolutely. And Tetsuya Naito, the man who
Taking his
sent
grand old time.
the man who sends the blood of New Japan running cold. I'll tell you that, man. He
The
has
man who
got
patience forgot.
exactly. And I'll tell you something. You say that Naito has control over his own destiny. That young man has the greatest opportunity sitting before him. If he can win his block, obviously it's not a guarantee that he'd win the tournament because he still has to beat the winner of the B block. But if he can do that, I mean, he gets the greatest prize in all of pro wrestling, and that is an opportunity at the IWGP Heavyweight Champion for all the gold. And can you imagine, Ashton? Let me paint this. Oh, wait. Well, I guess I'll have to wait. Bullet
Yeah.
Club on the attack. It's like,
And
screw
Naito
your
just backs
questions.
out. I'm telling you, man, my favorite Naito moment so far in this tournament was him just like rushing into the ring like he's going to break up the pin yesterday and then just standing there and watching it happen.
Absolutely. And Taguchi and AJ Styles, this is an interesting altercation to say the least.
And
This is,
I apologize. I said yesterday. It was actually 2 days ago. It was on Friday.
well, AJ Styles, though, he caught that hip thrust into a
Oh, how
scorpion.
great would that have been?
That would have been an amazing finish. Naito wouldn't have cared, so, it wouldn't have bothered him.
He would have just left, man.
But
I'm
as I was
surprised he
saying,
hasn't just left yet.
absolutely. And there is the rear view by Taguchi already, and now mocking the Bullet Club pose. Now look at
And he
that.
tags in Naito. Unwilling Naito.
Naito, he does take the shirt off, though. I think he is going to do this.
Yeah. Oh, but Naito and AJ, he's already. Never mind.
I'll tell you, how good is Naito? And now Taguchi looking all confused. Like, what happened? Oh,
And
man.
Naito just bounced. He's not even on the tag apron anymore. I love it.
And what's funny is that Naito is watching Taguchi face the man that Naito is going to have to.
Oh!
Oh, right in the gluteus maximus. And now,
He
dog.
disabled Taguchi.
It's like, no, now I have to come up with other offense.
I'm so proud of you, Doc.
Yeah, Doc Gallows doing what you've been saying people should do since pretty much the beginning of the G1 Climax.
Yeah.
How does it feel knowing that Doc Gallows listens to you?
I think Doc Gallows is my spirit animal.
There you go. And now Doc Gallows muscling Taguchi in the corner. Sets him up on the top rope. Look at the headbutts there by Doc Gallows.
And he's doing it all on the butt, too, so that Taguchi can't keep using that offense.
Yeah, I'll tell you that. That tailbone's got to be in an incredible amount of pain. And now AJ Styles is going to keep on the work, but not on the tailbone of the gluteus maximus, whatever you prefer. I think he did that to the throat, and yes, he did. You could see Taguchi having trouble breathing there.
How about the ass?
That also works. Slams Taguchi down. AJ Styles, I'll tell you, he's been so no nonsense.
He dropped.
Beautiful, right on the point of the head.
Yeah, and Taguchi's nothing but nonsense, so...
Good contrast.
Clash of styles, yeah.
No
Get
pun-
it? Clash of styles? Style clash?
Yeah, that's why I even said, like, no pun intended there.
I didn't even do that on purpose, but...
And now Cody Hall comes in. Oh, what a knee to the midsection there.
I know this doesn't have anything to do with this match, but I kind of want Mascara, Dorada, and Lucha Underground now.
Yeah, definitely. He'd be so good there, dude.
Just knowing that he's only 26, because like this whole time I've been thinking that he was like low to mid 40s.
Well, me too, right? I mean, it's like we talked about with the build and everything else. Now Cody Hall here. Oh, overhand chop.
The whole time I was just like, oh, he's like the original Mascara Dorada, and like El Torito is the mini version. He's Mascarita Dorada, and it's one of those things where I kind of assumed that like Torito's like in his late 20s, and this guy probably showed up way before him. I would love to know how old El Torito is now.
Well, you can do that research while I continue in this match. Is Dog Gallows
This
there?
is hard. I'm so sorry, people. I am not trying to detract from commentary, but I'm just so curious.
Well, I mean, the curiosity definitely has to be piqued with that kind of revelation. I certainly don't blame you. As you see Dog Gallows there clearing the playing field. Taguchi is all alone right now, and he's in enemy territory. That is a terrifying place to be. As Dog Gallows, I think, just did a too sweet thumb to the eye of sorts. And now AJ Styles back in there with Taguchi.
Yeah, Mascarita Dorada is actually older than Mascara Dorada. I didn't think that was even possible, to be honest.
Well, that just confirms what you were feeling. And now look at AJ there with the hard rear chin lock to Taguchi, which proceeded the backbreaker. So great chain of offense by AJ Styles.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, AJ, him and Naito, I think, have the most curious tournament paths for me personally. Now look at AJ there, just
AJ
clobbering
needs
it.
some help. AJ Styles does need some help. He needs Naito to lose. He needs to beat Fale and Naito, or Fale and Tanahashi, and he needs Naito to lose. So he doesn't have an easy path, but he does have a possible path. I think he's a lot more likely than Shibata.
And now Naito, here's the beauty of Naito being in his position. He is so
well.
Oh,
look at a back elbow there. Oh my God, Naito and AJ Styles are so good. Oh, I thought Naito was gonna go for his finisher there. Look at Doc Gallows.
Doc Gallows paying dividends there.
Oh, and tags in Doc. Doc and Naito, these guys are facing each other on Tuesday.
Oh, now look at that, the forearms there by Naito.
Oh, but the choke sends him into the corner. Naito gets his feet up. Oh, and look at this. Doc has him up in his shoulder. No, Naito squares out. Ducks the couple clotheslines. Oh, and goes low to the knee on Doc Gallows.
And he did get it. He did get that low to the knee, and now look at that. He's going to pick.
Oh, is he going for an Indian Deathlock here?
Oh, I think he is. Oh, that's going to hurt Doc Gallows.
No, he just gave up. He just stopped trying. He's going to tag in Captain New Japan. Love
That's very telling.
You know what? That, honestly, it's funny because you kind of get the feeling that Naito, it was almost like he was on a scouting mission to see if he could lock in that Indian Deathlock on Doc Gallows, and he realized he totally had him where he wanted him and he could have done it. And then because he realized that his mission was over, he just stopped trying and gave up and tagged out.
But here's the question I have. I mean, how do you feel about that if you're Doc Gallows? I think you almost have to be insulted.
Yeah, it's like this guy just freaking conducted an experiment on me and left.
Oh, now look at the claw hold here by Captain New Japan and AJ Styles, and Cody Hall break it up. And Taguchi there with the hip thrust. Another hip thrust there, this time to AJ Styles. Could it be a third one here for Gallows? He's really taking his time here.
Yeah, what is he doing?
And now, and of course, because he took all that time, he hits Captain New Japan. Super kick there by Gallows.
And now Gallows and Captain New Japan are the legal men.
And now, oh, this could be bad.
Oh, and the hip, the thrust there to the lower back, it looked like.
Now, AJ
diving forearm there from AJ, actually clothesline. Oh, and a huge clothesline from Cody Hall. And now Gallows.
Oh, this is it.
Choke bomb. That's going to be it.
2.
Match over.
3 count. What dominance by the Bullet Club.
Yeah, that was... I mean, I'm glad that they won. Let me just put it that way. Because I was worried that Cody Hall was going to end up being the one to get pinned in that match because he's the only young boy out of the 6.
Absolutely. But again, he is at a higher standing than the other young boys.
Every time I say Cody Hall, I could feel it in my brain just wanting me to say Cody Rhodes for some reason.
I know, right? But Cody Hall, I'll tell you, getting the team sit under the learning tree of AJ Styles, Dog Gallows. And I mean, these guys so impressive. And yeah,
nobody needs to see that. You don't need to zoom in on that, New Japan.
But the story here is that Naito, as per usual, he didn't give a damn. And I think he just wanted to scout Dog Gallows.
And he did.
He did. So Naito, in his own way, got a victory here himself.
He got a mental victory.
Absolutely.
Far more satisfying than any physical victory, in my opinion.
If I'm Dog Gallows, I can too-sweet everybody in this arena. It doesn't change the fact that I am facing, well, really a monstrosity. And normally you think of monstrosity, you think of 7-foot, 500-pound behemoths. You think of somebody maybe like Bad Luck Fale, but no. Tetsuya Naito is a monster, and Doc Gallows needs to be readily aware of that fact.
He's pretty horrifying, and yet, all on that same note, he is pretty amazing too.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you, folks, G1 Climax got some interesting tournament matches today. I mean, again, most intriguing for me has to be Yujiro Takahashi versus Okada, the IWGP Heavyweight Champion, the Rainmaker. If Takahashi can get the win there, I mean, what an upset that would be. Okada currently standing at 5-1.
I hear Jushin Thunder Liger's music.
Oh, and here he comes. You want to talk about a man that's been impressive. Jushin Thunder Liger is slated to appear at NXT TakeOver.
And he's teaming with Shibata.
That's going to be an interesting pairing if I've ever seen one.
It's going to be Liger, Shibata, and Makabe versus Tanahashi, Tenzan, and Kushida.
Wow. And there is Jushin Thunder Liger. Again,
Wow.
will be appearing.
I can't believe this is our fourth tag team match of the night already. I feel like it should only be the third, but then I got to remember that the first two matches are relatively quick.
Absolutely.
Especially that first one where the Bullet Club basically squashed a couple young boys.
Yeah, definitely. As you see now, here comes
Kushida.
Kushida, yes.
I can't believe Shibata came out to Jushin Thunder Liger's music. I wanted to hear freaking Shibata's music, man.
I know, right?
It's so good.
And now Kushida, the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion, will be making his entrance. His entrance is always intriguing because I always expect him to come out, but then they zoom in on his Titantron, and now here he is, high-fiving the young New Japan faithful.
I would love to know why he wears what looks to me personally like a floaty vest.
Yeah, it seems like something you'd wear
in the water to not drown.
In the water, or at the very worst, like maybe when you're going like on a game of paintball or something, or just in the woods doing wood-like activities.
Yeah.
It's like every time Kushida comes
out.
It
reminds me of something that, like, if somebody can't swim, it's like a life vest. Like, you put it on them so that they don't go under the water.
Right.
Like, if a ship is going down and you need people to get off, but one person's like, oh my god, I can't swim, you would give them that vest, and it would make them float so that they don't drown.
Absolutely.
That's so stupid for me to say, but that's just what, every time I see Kushida in that thing, that's what I think of. Oh, and Shibata is coming out to his own music. I'm so happy.
Yeah, I thought it would be strange that he'd come out to Jushin Thunder Liger's music, but then again, New Japan, I don't know, maybe time constraints or whatever, they'd have people share entrances, but indeed, Shibata is coming out to his own music.
Have you ever actually gone out of your way to look up Shibata's music on YouTube?
No, I have not.
Oh, it's so good.
I might have to later, though. I mean, yeah, with the way you keep selling it.
It is worth it.
But
definitely gives Okada and Nakamura a run for their best theme music money.
Absolutely. But Ashton, let's talk real quick about Shibata as he, makes his eagerly anticipated entrance here. Had a heartbreaking loss yesterday in my mind to Tanahashi, and it was heartbreaking on a multitude of levels. I mean, yes, at face value, obviously G1 Climax tournament standings, but of course, as you have gone through multiple times, the story between Shibata and Tanahashi, I felt like that alone made it must-win for Shibata. Now, Shibata can still win his block, but as you've gone through, it's extraordinary circumstances, to say the least, at least in my estimation. So Shibata is in the ring now. The only question I have for you is, I mean, what is going through that man's head right now? I mean, do you think he's even got his mind right for this matchup? Or do you feel like he's still carrying that deflation?
I'll tell you what, John, whether he wins this tournament or not, the number one thing that he needs to come away with this remembering is to pay attention, be more aware of his own body. Because 2 of his 3 losses in this tournament so far have been literally just hiccups where he was in the middle of doing something or trying to do something, and the other person caught him in a fluky roll-up or a pinning combination.
Right.
And if he could find a way to eliminate the fluky roll-ups and pins, he would be 6-1 right now and at the top of his block.
Absolutely. And it's crazy to say the sentence to me, Ashton, Shibata got caught, because we talk about his technical acumen so often. You'd think he'd have counters prepared in those situations, But Shibata, as you said, 2 losses coming that way. The first to Toru Yano, the most recent one, of course, being Tanahashi.
Yeah.
And it's just, I feel for Shibata, man. He's been so impressive, and he is so impressive as an athlete. I just
It's
can't
one of
believe
those
he's in this
things where
position.
if this wasn't in the context of a G1 where it was just like a regular week to week booking decisions, I would totally understand Shibata losing to Toru Yano and Tanahashi, but the fact that it's in G1 has completely screwed him over.
Absolutely.
Like
You know,
losing to Toru Yano the way he did, there's no shame in that. Okay, maybe a little shame in that, but the fact that Tanahashi himself has been caught in situations like that as well means that there's significantly less shame in that than you'd expect. And losing to Tanahashi, no matter how it happens, there's no shame in that either. So,
right.
but again, there's no shame in it, but it is in the context of G1, and that makes it freaking devastating.
It really, you're absolutely right.
It's one of those things too where like if you look at Shibata's losses, Toru Yano is sticking out like a gigantic red thumb. But on that same note, Tanahashi and Styles are the other 2 losses. Like the
Right.
two of the 4 biggest names in New Japan right now are 2 of the 3 people that Shibata has lost to.
Absolutely.
So
And
it's just one of those things where if there are a whole bunch of ways to look at it where it really makes it seem like Shibata's losses, while they do exist, and I'm not trying to take them away from him, there is absolutely nothing wrong with the fact that he lost those matches, except for the fact that it might have cost him G1.
absolutely. And being cost G1, I mean, you're talking an opportunity at the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. And there
Yeah.
is Togi Makabe, who I believe has a current standing of 4-3, finally got in the green, so to speak, finally got in that positive realm for his record. And this is going to be a very interesting tag team bout. As I'll tell you,
Before
these.
this match starts, I found out why Masquerita Dorada is older than Mascara Dorada.
Okay.
Because Masquerita Dorada was the original Masquerita Sagrada. And then in
Uh,
2007, he went from AAA to CMLL, where he became Masquerita Dorada.
very interesting.
Yeah. Now that we're done talking about Mexican wrestlers, let's move back to Japanese wrestlers and talk about Makabe and Tanahashi, who not only are about to face off in the ring right now, but are also going to be facing off on Tuesday.
That's going to be an interesting tournament matchup, to say the least. And look at the quick arm drags there by Tanahashi to start. And, I think it would be smart by Tanahashi to work over the arm of Makabe. It would take out some of the power of those lariats that
Yeah,
Makabe
but
is
if you're
so
going to
fond of
work on
hitting.
an arm, work on the right arm. That's what he gets all his power from. The only thing that he really does with the left arm is if you duck the right arm clothesline, sometimes he'll come back with the left, but not even all the time.
Right. And look at that stuff in the shoulder block there.
Oh, and yeah, Tanahashi, you really don't want to take a time to breathe against Makabe because he will take it away from you.
Absolutely. And Makabe there, nice shoulder block there.
How great would it be if Makabe beat Tanahashi on Tuesday?
And it could happen.
It could. I'm not saying it can't. I'm just saying it would be amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, and Shibata Tanahashi in the ring.
Oh, I knew this wasn't over here.
Oh, no, Tanahashi's tagging out.
Wow, wait.
Shibata wants Tanahashi.
Shibata laying the gauntlet down to Shibata. I'm telling you, it has to eat away at him that he got caught yesterday.
I love this so much. Shibata, man. I think he might be number 2 for me right now.
I don't blame you. The man is so good. And now look at that.
And
Again, this
again with this
exchange.
technical exchange. Yes. Oh my god.
You know what? I almost hope that Tanahashi doesn't win the tournament. I think you made the same points that we could see these two again at Wrestle Kingdom 10.
I want it so bad, man.
That match would sell Wrestle Kingdom 10 for me by itself. And now look at that, the full Nelson into the
Cravat.
cravat.
Yes.
Wow, excellent form by Shibata.
Oh man, Shibata is so good.
I mean,
Oh,
that's
I thought he was gonna go for the penalty kick right there, but he just big booted Tenzan off the top off the canvas.
nice fake out, though.
That
By
gave him an opening though. That gave Tanahashi an opening that he's taking advantage of right now.
Absolutely. I mean, that's.
Tag into Tenzan.
Oh, and Tenzan, he's got to be a bit pissed.
And Shibata is facing Tenzan on their next show.
So, yeah, both of these guys. I don't know. I guess it's still more important for Shibata than Tenzan to win. again, given those extraordinary circumstances.
Yeah, I
I
was
mean,
gonna say it is. I mean, it's not technically impossible for Shibata to win his block. It's just highly, highly improbable.
exactly. And look at the Mongolian chops there with Shibata seated in the corner.
Oh yeah, that's pretty much the coolest thing Tenzan does is those Mongolian chops.
Absolutely. And again, goes back to it, which sends Shibata once again sinking in the corner. I mean, the biggest compliment I've given Shibata is I've likened him to some of the best technical wrestlers that I know of in North America.
Yeah,
United States. So, I think highly of Shibata as well, but I just love how much of a fan you've become of him. And now he's
obviously
talking about,
trying to ignore the personal life stuff and the terrible crap that happened at the end. But I think Shibata is very comparable to a Japanese Chris Benoit,
absolutely. And I look at
just
the
as far as the in ring stuff goes.
the
I think he
intense.
might even have a little bit of an edge on Chris Benoit as far as intensity goes, which is saying a lot because Benoit was insanely intense.
And you know what? You want to talk about that saying a lot? Here's also saying a lot. I agree with you.
Yeah.
You know, that's also saying a lot given my history. But Shibata, man, there is nobody better. That's why it was such a heartbreaker to see what happened to him yesterday. But here comes Makabe. If you're a Makabe fan, though, Ashton, you got to be feeling pretty good about things. I mean, Makabe is 4-3. He's facing Tanahashi on Tuesday, which if he wins that match, biggest win of his career, I would say. And now slams
Oh, and
Tenzan
look at
down.
that. Takes down Tanahashi, who was kind of just hanging up on the ropes, cheering Tenzan on. Looks
I
almost
love
like
that
he
he
might have been giving him some coaching.
I love that Makabe just shoved him too, Ashton. It wasn't a form or anything. He just shoved him as if to
Come
say,
on, Tenzan. You know better than to try and get into a fist fight with Makabe.
absolutely. I think
Tenzan did go after Shibata, though.
I think Makabe, breaking out of 500, in a positive way with 4-3, it's definitely helped his confidence because him shoving Tanahashi and still taking it to Tenzan, I
Look
think
at
he's thinking,
this.
yeah,
Jushin Thunder Liger in the match for the first time and playing it up as a heel. I love it.
absolutely.
He's like doing a Garvin stomp, man. I love it.
All on the leg of Tenzan, which let's remind everybody that leg got worked over relentlessly yesterday against AJ Styles. In fact, it
Oh,
was,
what is he doing here? Oh my God, what is he doing?
I think, I'm trying to remember the name of that maneuver, but I can't. It's like a standing, almost, would it be a figure P or an actual figure 4, Ashton? Because he
Oh,
had the legs
neither.
crossed. But he had the legs crossed. I don't know. I was trying to look at the formation of the legs, and now Shibata, though, going to follow up, kicking the leg here. I'll tell you. And now, oh, now here it is. Is he going to? And there it is. Figure 4 here.
I love Shibata so much.
But again, I mean, the story is Tenzan's legs were in excruciating pain yesterday. Actually played into the decision as he tapped out to the calf killer. And, I just seeing this leg-based offense made it all come back to me. Tenzan might tap out again here. He's trying not to. He's trying to fight through the pain. But with somebody as technically precise as Shibata, who always gets his man, who always gets his hold, if you
Oh, there's
will,
Tanahashi, though, and
and they
Kushida.
had to.
Both of them going after Shibata. And look at Kushida. How smart is he? Oh, he tried. Oh, Shibata, though, cutting it off. So brilliant. And now in comes Makabe, and that's scary news for Tenzan.
Absolutely.
Makabe and Shibata would be the most horrifying tag team.
Absolutely. I mean, you're talking just the raw power of Makabe.
Yeah, it's like one guy's in there beating the crap out of you, and yet the guy that he tags in is just as scary, if not scarier.
Absolutely. And now the forearms there, now
Double
flipping off Tenzan.
fours, yeah. Oh, with the Samoan drop there from Tenzan.
Absolutely. Now Tenzan's created this opening. He's got to get a tag here.
I mean, I know I said that was a Samoan drop. It was almost like a backdrop suplex. That was kind of weird.
Absolutely. Now here comes Tanahashi, though, with Makabe. Again, these two men will be facing off on Tuesday. Shoots Makabe out of the ropes. Makabe reverses. And now look
And
at
the
that, the
forearm
forearm.
from Tanahashi.
Beautiful
Oh, and
forearm.
Tanahashi goes after both Liger and Shibata. Back elbow to Makabe. Springboard crossbody. Beautiful.
Nicely done. And now strumming that guitar, and he's feeling it.
It looks
And
like
now
a split-legged crossbody. Oh, and look at Makabe with a power slam.
excellent counter. It looked like Tanahashi might have been thinking Sling Blade. Makabe caught him, though, with the power slam.
That's almost the perfect counter to Sling Blade too, isn't it?
Absolutely. What a lariat in the corner there. Now the mount punches. And I think he's going to get all of them here. And yes, he is. Wow.
And then goes for the Northern Lights. And look at that. Tanahashi didn't have it scouted out yet. He might on Tuesday, though.
Absolutely, and he does kick out, though, for the moment. Now,
Oh, it looks like Makabe is going to go for some kind of a lariat here on Tanahashi.
if you like Tanahashi's head on his shoulders, you might have to say goodbye, and Tanahashi ducks, though. He
Oh,
ducks
left arm,
again.
no! Tanahashi broke it up. Oh, but no, Tanahashi's done.
Oh, God, there it is.
He's done. That's it. Makabe, I don't know why Makabe's down and out like he is. It seems like he's been on offense this whole time.
And I'll tell you what, though. It's that kind of sequence that makes me believe that Makabe does have a very legitimate shot of beating Tanahashi on Tuesday.
Liger and Kushida, and you know Liger's going to end up getting pinned here.
Absolutely. Oh, Kushida there, ducking the clothesline. Oh, gets caught tilt-a-whirl backbreaker.
Backbreaker there, yeah, the tilt-a-whirl backbreaker. You know what? I love that they're feeding Liger, and I know that he's probably not going to get a pinfall victory here, but I love that they've been featuring him more and kind of bulking him up because it's just making me look more and more forward to his match with Tyler Breeze on the 22nd.
Nice reversal there by Kushida, and that was a close near fall there. Now Kushida off the ropes, but I completely agree with you.
But look at this. Liger, oh, wow, Kushida. Going for the Kimura. He's going for it.
Yeah, but Liger has the hands clasped.
Liger's hands were locked there, but not anymore. No. Oh, but look at this! Shibata with a sleeper!
Wow.
Oh, and then comes Tanahashi. Just a club to the back. And now, Sling Blade. And now
I'll tell you, man, I want to see
going at it. Tanahashi and Tenzan double teaming Makabe.
Yeah, Makabe, good luck with that.
Double clothesline. Yes!
And he got it.
And now Makabe and Liger are just like, yeah, man, you go. And now Liger, what was that?
Palm strike. It was like a palm strike. 2.
Oh my God! I thought Liger was gonna get a pinfall over freaking Kushida. I was so freaked out by that.
He's close though. He's close.
Is he gonna go for a Thunderbomb? No.
Oh yeah, Kushida lands a waist lock, standing reversal by Liger. Now he's gonna. Oh, that pinning combination we've seen.
Oh, but no,
Kushida reverse. Beautiful bridge, and he got it. He got it.
Wow, man, that was a really fun tag team match.
Wow, Kushida, that bridge to counter Liger's pinning combination was absolute brilliance.
That match did more to get me excited for Jushin Thunder Liger's match with Tyler Breeze than anything NXT has done so far.
Absolutely. New Japan definitely doing all the heavy lifting.
I don't know if you've kind of picked up on it or if I'm just imagining it, but it seems like Liger's got a little extra hitch in his step.
I think he's excited, dude.
It seems like he picked up the pace in this match. Normally he doesn't move quite as quickly as he did tonight. And look at this, Makabe and Tanahashi going head to head. Liger trying to pull Makabe off of him. Oh, that's such a battle of pride too, because Tanahashi, say what you will about him being this like humble top guy, he still has an immense amount of pride about him and the work that he's done to get New Japan where it is today. Makabe, though, you want to talk about a prideful son of a gun. Makabe, it's almost his weakness.
Well, Makabe, he's the never open weight champion. You know, he has a reason to be proud. He knows he can beat anybody, I believe, on this roster. And Tuesday, if he can beat Tanahashi, if he can beat the ace of New Japan, I mean, what a statement that makes. I mean, you could talk about Makabe's tournament experience as a whole. I get that. But a win over Tanahashi is a win over Tanahashi, and that shouldn't be understated. So can Makabe do it? That's the question that remains, and we will get that answer come Tuesday. But for now, Tanahashi, Liger, and Kushida, they have the ring. They are the victors. Or excuse me, Kushida and them actually celebrating. I'm sorry, they were celebrating. I thought they actually got the win. And crazy stuff there.
Kushida did get the win, dude.
He got the win on Liger. That's right, yes. I forgot Tenzan was on that team. I thought for whatever reason Tenzan was on the losing team, but yeah, Tanahashi.
No, Tenzan, Tanahashi, and Kushida are one team.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then the other team was Shibata, Makabe, and Liger.
I'll tell you what, though. Shibata and Tanahashi, I said it once, I'll say it again. Wrestle Kingdom 10.
Yes.
Get it done.
Absolutely. Until then, though, guys, surprisingly enough, this feels like one of our shortest recordings so far. Yeah, I'm looking at it. We might even be under 50 minutes here. It's crazy. Looks like Geto is a special guest commentator right now, but we'll be getting to Okada's match in our second half. And as of right now, we've got intermission, and it looks like they're doing some kind of an interview with Geto, but we don't speak Japanese, so we wouldn't be very helpful with that anyway. So we're gonna cut our recording now for intermission, and we will be back with part two.